This lesson is about rounding to the nearest number. So, for example, if they ask you to round this number to the nearest thousand, you need to know which digit is in the thousands place. So we see that 3 is in the thousand place, which means that they want that place digit to be the last digit, and the rest could be all zero. And it is all zero if we test and look at the next digit. If it's less than 5, then 3 remains the same and the rest is all zeroed out. So the nearest thousand for this number is 3,000. Now, if this number, instead of 1, it had been 7, and we want to know what is the nearest thousand. Again, we look at the thousands position, and before we zero out the rest, we test the next digit. If the next digit is actually 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, okay, then of course, we're still going to have 0 because this is insignificant. This is the number that they want to be the last number. But it could be 3, but in this case, it's going to go up 1. So the nearest thousand is 4,000. That's because the next digit is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, making it more than halfway towards the next thousand, which is 4,000. Okay? So the idea is go to the number that you're rounding off to. So for example, if you want to go to the nearest 100 for the same number, then what is the 100th number in this case? Is the 1. So you want to zero out the rest. So the nearest 100 would be 3,100. However, we just remember that always test the next number, and if the next number is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, then this 1 actually has to go to the next number 2. So the nearest 100 for our example is going to be 3,200. Okay, now we're going to look at another number, 3,000. Okay, 145 and 69. So what is the nearest? This word nearest means they want you to round off. Nearest 1. Okay, if this was a money, then it would say nearest $1. Or they might not even say 1, they'll just say nearest dollar. So the dollar is the 5, and so we look at the next number, 6, and that number is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, which means we need to raise this 5 to the next number, 6. But of course, the rest has to be zeros. So the answer to this original example is the nearest dollar for this example is $3,146. Now let's say they want you to round this off to the nearest cent. Okay, as you know, in our money system, cent is the smallest amount you can give as change, nothing less. However, when they calculate, for example, if you buy $1 worth of merchandise and they multiply by point 0 875 tax. That's right. And it's going to come out to 108.875. Actually, 1 point here. So how much is it? Well, 8 is the penny. So you look at the next number is 8, which means falls in the realm of 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Then this 8 is going to raise up to 1 more, becomes 9. So it's going to be $1.09. So in New York, if you buy anything for $1 and they charge you tax, you're going to wind up paying $1.09. Okay, so you have to know where the number is. Okay, let me see. Round off to the nearest tenth. Okay, for this number, let's say 29.34. All right, the tenth is actually this number. They call this position right after decimal the 10th position. The next one is called the 100th. So when they want the nearest 10th, they want this number. Of course, the number's bigger. They want to keep that also. But so you have to look at the next number, and it's less than 5, then 3 does not increase, and the answer becomes 29.3. Okay. Now, if the original number was 29.35, and they want to the nearest 10, okay, then you would have to increase the 3 to 4, because the next number is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So the answer would be 29.4. Okay. All right. That is how you would do it. Oh, yes. One more thing. If they gave you 29.5 and they want you to round off to the nearest one place, or to something they call a unit. So that's that 9. So the next number is 5. So you have to increase 9 to the next number is 10. So the final answer is 30. That is the round off to the nearest one place, unit place. Okay, very good. Okay, let us round off to the nearest tenth. How do we do this? Well, first I have to identify which number is the 10th position. In this case, it's the number 3. The number right after the decimal is the 10th. So this is the last number they want you to write. Of course, numbers higher, they stay there, but the numbers after will become 0. Yes, the test is, of course, the next number. If the next number is less than 5, then the 3 stays the way it is. If the next number had been 5, okay, then this number 3 will have to go up 1 to 4. And of course the rest still 0, which you don't have to write. So the nearest tenth for this is this. The nearest tenth for this is this. Okay, so you need to identify first where is the number you want to round off to. So if you want to round off to the nearest hundredth, okay, with a th, then this number here is the hundredth. So you look at the next number. If the next number either 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, then this 5 has to be raised to the next number, which is 6. So it's going to be 2.36. Okay? And of course, if it was 2.354, first of all, the hundredth place is this, the hundredth place. The next number is less than 5, so therefore you just keep the 5. Okay? So in summary, when you have the round off, you go to the digit, the place where they're asking you to get the most significant, they call it, significant place, after which is all zeros.